You are Arthur Meukes. Mr. Meukes, you're charged with resisting arrest, facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Please.
Thank you, Your Honor. A law enforcement officer was dispatched to a disturbance call on April 19th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant to be outside of the residence with what appeared to be an injured hand. The defendant stated he injured his hand while punching a wall when he was in an argument with his wife. The defendant stated that he had been drinking Crown and requested medical attention to the scene. The officer attempted to make contact with the female at the residence who refused to open the door. She only stated that the defendant should not be there at the residence and that she was in fear of the defendant. The defendant advised that he would leave the location and return at a later time. Later on that day, the defendant contacted Precinct 7 dispatch and stated that he was going to kick the door down at the aforementioned residence. The officers returned to the location and made contact with the defendant, who stated that he was going to kick the door down as soon as the officers left the location. Due to the defendant's apparent intoxication and the danger he posed to himself and others, the officers attempted to place the defendant in custody for public intoxication. The defendant became actively resistant and pulled away from officers while being escorted to the vehicle. The defendant told the officer, quote, "I'm coming for you," multiple times as he refused transport. The assistance of 4 officers was required to place the defendant in a patrol vehicle. The officer notes that the defendant actively resisted for 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
Mr. Meukes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward. Now's not the time. I know you're itching to say something, but look, I've got a bunch of prosecutors here. I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. Stop. Resist all attempts. If you want, I can give you a lawyer today and you can give your side to the lawyer. Okay. But right now, don't. You're only hurting yourself more when you think you're helping. Don't. I'm trying to help you here, Mr. Meukes. The only condition I'm placing on you now, you're not allowed to consume alcohol. Do you understand? If I find that you're using alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. Just don't use. Okay? Do we know if she wants to have contact with him?
Judge, the offense date was on the 19th. We have not been able to reach out with the complaining witness yet.
So let's do this. I'm going to have them reach out. I want to know if she wants to have contact with you. If she's okay with it, then I'm going to allow it. Okay? Just don't. So we're going to try to do work on our side or their side to see if they can reach out to her and see if she's okay with contact with you. So let me see.
Morales Vega?
Okay. So, hey, do you mind reaching out to the MAC for Mr. Meukes? I'm going to get you a lawyer here for you soon. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We're going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Just look. Just don't. All I'm asking you to do, man. Okay?
I was the victim here and helped them.
I know there are two sides. Mr. Meukes,
I'm the one who called them for help and they locked me up and violated my rights.
hey, Mr. Meukes, there will be video. We will take a look and we'll see because the evidence is going to point to whose side's correct. I don't know. I wasn't there. Stop. Stop. Don't. Please. 256-0811. You are Miss Morales Vega.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 19th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was working in an undercover capacity in plain clothes when he entered a sexually oriented club and sat down at a table. The officer engaged in conversation with the defendant. The defendant agreed to participate in oral sex with the officer for a fee of $400. The officer notes that the conversation was recorded. The arrest/enforcement team detained the defendant and took her into custody without incident.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward. And forwarding you now is a condition of your bond. Station is lifetime behavior. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond and put you in custody, man. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with and then you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can I provide you a lawyer today? Would you like a lawyer?
I have an attorney. Goodness.
Are they supposed to be here today?
Not today. She said she hired one, but he's told her that he did not need to be here today.
Person hasn't filed any documents. I don't know. I mean, I can, if you would like, I can give you more time. I'm happy to give you a court-appointed lawyer today if you want one. You tell me what you'd like to do. I can, reset you and give you more time. Normally lawyers file documents.
Can you give me another date?
Okay. Like I said, if you want a free lawyer, I'm happy to give you one today. So if you have problems when you're out there, you can come back and we're happy to give you one.
I have one.
Okay, that's fine. I just, hopefully they'll come here for the next setting. I don't know. For now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm gonna have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We're gonna have you sign them, and after that, you'll be free to go. Do you mind filing your conditions, please?
Absolutely.
No engaging in this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Ramirez. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 17th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer observed a pickup truck change lanes without using a turn signal. The officer observed the vehicle change lanes twice prior to initiating the traffic stop. The officer approached and observed the defendant to be the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer noted a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant. The defendant was ID'd by his Texas driver's license. The defendant stated that he did not know how to provide proof of financial responsibility. As the defendant responded to the officer's questions, the officer noted an odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's breath. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, and the defendant stated that he could not perform the walk and turn or the one-legged stand. The DIC was read, and the defendant refused to provide breath or blood voluntarily. A blood warrant was obtained and the defendant's blood was drawn.
Yeah, may I respond?
Please.
Okay, first of all, Judge, the reason, it's not on there for some reason, but the reason, he told the officer he can't do it because he had surgery to his back and to his knee, he can't do it. Secondly, there's no mention of any slurred speech, no bloodshot eyes, no swaying.
I mean, yeah, I was actually thinking about that as well. All you have is an odor of alcohol.
And that-
Anything, there's no accident. It just turned. All we have is an odor of alcohol. Is there anything else? The odor alone is insufficient.
No, that he was coming from a tattoo shop and a police officer asked him, is he alcohol because of the tattoo?
Is he what?
He just had a tattoo put on. That's he was coming, so that's the odor of alcohol.
Come on, man.
That's what, that's, I'm just saying. I mean, that the officer actually asked him that question.
What are they, the little alcohol that you put on your skin? You're telling me that?
I don't know how it works, Judge, but I've never had a
You're
tattoo.
killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
Your Honor, the law enforcement officer does state in the DIMS that there is a distinct odor of alcoholic beverage, an alcoholic beverage emanating from the defendant's breath as he spoke.
Yeah.
That's
I did?
all we have before we initiated the standardized post-mortem test.
Okay, that's not enough. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case, Mr. Mears. You know, we have enough death on our streets now, you know? $40, one button will get you a car wherever you want to go in this life. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Use it. All right, please.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.